What's going down YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Beyond Educated. I've been away for a while, and so I'm going to give you a bit of a talk and an update on some of the stuff that's going on. If you want to skip straight to the topic of this video, which is how quick can you go from fat to lean to shredded, then skip to this time. If you're interested in sticking around and talking and finding out a little bit more about what's going on in my life, in my world, in my online coaching business and my other stuff, then stick around just before that and I'll give you an update on both. Let's do this. I'm going to come in close because I'm going to talk a little bit in more detail about how busy I've been. I'm not moaning, I'm just saying that recently I left my job. Recently I left my job to go self-employed. I'm a freelance instructor, Les Mills certified instructor, and I have just had a baby boy, and I'm trying to juggle everything and I'm trying to balance everything, and to be honest, I can't keep up with it all. That's why my Instagram and stuff's been slack. So I want to get your thoughts and your opinions. Do you think that I should document more the stuff that I do on a general day-to-day basis, i.e. like the business sides of stuff, what I'm doing at work, how things are going, and just document that and use that to create content? Or should I stick to the theme of the channel, keep everything fitness related, and keep the focus doing what I'm doing but upload less? Because I'm in two minds at the minute, and I'm almost thinking, why don't I film everything I'm doing? Yeah, it will create a little bit more work, but if I just document and create as I go along, my general day-to-day business stuff, will people find that interesting? Just read Gary Vaynerchuk's Crushing It, and he's saying that I should do that. I should just document it all. So I'm in two minds as to whether I should. So I'd appreciate any feedback that you get. And I'm sorry guys that I've not been up to watching stuff on all the usual regular channels. I've really been trying my best to watch stuff as and when I can. So I'm a little bit behind, and I appreciate all your support as ever. Much love. What's going on guys? Shout out to Luke Sharon for the Falcon Fitness t-shirt. It's an old one, but I'm wearing it for the gym tonight. So, right, I'm back, and apologies because it's double cut this one, because last night I couldn't film because I kept disturbing my son and I couldn't afford for that to happen. So, where were we? Let's pick up where we left off. Today we're talking about a concept of how quick can you go from fat or being in bad shape to thin, and being lean and being shredded and being in good shape. I talk a lot about this because I've got experience of doing it, and I've not purposely gone out and got like really fat or overweight, but over time during my bulk and getting certain things wrong over the years, I've learned that actually the wrong way to go about putting on weight, even though I'm getting stronger, but what I have learned is the right way to get lean and get shredded and get as low body fat so that you look good pretty much on the beach. I wouldn't say competition ready, but I'd certainly say, you know, photo shoot or aesthetically pleasing. And so there's a couple of things to bear in mind. Point number one, we're going to look at your starting point. So that's really important in terms of how quick do you go from getting quite big to lean. Now, I lost 10 kilos over, say, a period of time that was 15 weeks, just over 10 kilos. And what I learned this time around was, you know what, you could do it quicker. I probably could have done that in 8 weeks and lost the same weight. But the key element to sort of getting fat to getting lean is that you want to keep that range about 0.75 or a couple of pounds maximum per week. And the reason you do that is you want to try and maintain as much muscle mass as possible. So you don't want to go shredding. When I was about 22, 23-ish, I went on basically a tuna and protein diet, which meant that I lost all my muscle, I lost all my body fat, and I basically just turned really skinny. I didn't have a lot of muscle in the first place, and I just didn't look good. I just looked really gaunt. Whereas this time around, I went from big, in terms of quite fat really, but quite strong, to lean, but maintained a lot of muscle mass. So the first point is, yeah, you can do it quicker, but the goal must be, when you're working and calculating how long your weight loss will take, 1 to 2 pounds a week. Now, unfortunately, if you are a lot bigger, so maybe you are like, I don't know, 17 stone, and you want to get down to 13, you want to get down to 12 stone, so you want to lose 5 stone, you know, that can be quite a long game. Point number 2 is, how familiar are you and how used to your body is it from going through these different kind of phases? So have you been working out for a long time? Have you been fit? Or have you not just been in the gym for a long time? Have you always just been eating lots of food? Because if that's the case and you've got a high maintenance calories, so say you are 17 stone but you're like my height, 5'8", or 170 centimeters, is it, something like that, then by reducing your calories to a normal base layer, which is like 2,500, I say that very roughly, that could vary between 2,000 to 3,500, 4,000 plus for men, then by adjusting your base layer, you're gonna actually get yourself down to a level much quicker. So you may lose even 4 or 5 pounds in the first few weeks, but it's all to do with how used to your body is with coping with going up and going down, and also the consistency that you're going to apply that. So are you going to stick to yourself and say, actually every single day I'm going to hit 200 under my maintenance calories, I'm going to hit 300 calories under my maintenance calories? Or are you going to have big blowouts at weekends and effectively have an overall total daily or totally weekly energy expenditure that's slightly lower than what it should be, which means that overall you're going to lose weight slower? Point number 3 is that you have to factor in, to some extent, non-linear, linear expectations. Now that might sound really, what the hell are you on about, Adam? But I'll tell you what I mean. So your weight loss will, over a period of time, probably follow a trend and pattern of a downward spiral. I'm gonna get my whiteboard out again. A downward spiral like this, okay? So I don't know if you can see that, but basically it will going down in this direction. So that's a linear kind of movement, and overall point A and point B, if you are consistent with your diet, down from one to the other. But what you will find is that it will do it in a non-linear fashion. So do you see what happens here with weight loss? It actually goes downward, and as you get to lower body fat, what will actually happen, it will curve off as it starts to get harder and harder to lose weight. So that's something to bear in mind. You'll probably start off quite quick, but this is the difficult bit, because this is where you really start to look good, but it's really where your body starts to kick in and say, actually I don't want to be that low body fat, I don't want to be sort of deprived of calories, I don't want to be that, and starts doing all sorts of things in terms of your mood, in terms of your energy, in terms of your hormones, in terms of all sorts of stuff, in terms of fighting and making sure that your body's got enough calories that it can. So really, this sort of point down here, particularly towards the end for me, was like the point that I was just really trying to fight the hunger pangs, like really low energy at the gym, but that's what I meant by non-linear, linear kind of regression. Point number 4 is, how lean do you want to go? So if you're starting relatively lean or you're starting relatively big, it doesn't really matter, because you will reach a point whereby it's always going to be difficult, and that last bit is going to take longer, take more grit, take more determination physically and mentally to get to that leanness than it would do to, say, get to, I'm going to say an arbitrary like 13%, 14% body fat, which you can look good at, that's cool, and a lot of that depends on where you distribute body fat from a genetic predisposed point of view. So it's all about really starting points, end points, where you want to finish, where you want to progress to, and basically trying to work out your starting calories, your end calories, and then saying, realistically, am I fit enough that I can just lose weight initially and focus on dropping weight, or am I actually quite fit but I'm big and I need to focus on maintaining the muscle mass? And those two different positions are basically going to determine how long it's going to take you to get to your end goal.